What if I told you? 99% of football fans are sleeping on Liverpool's biggest weapon? A player so underrated, so versatile, that even Klopp's replacement is using him in a way no one saw coming. Yet, just a few months ago he was being written off. Is he Liverpool's future midfield general? Or was his insane start just a purple patch? Here's the truth. A hidden psychological trigger is fueling his resurgence. Almost no one realizes how Klopp's departure changed his entire game. And one small tweak in his positioning is unlocking a new side of him, one that could make Liverpool unstoppable. But first, you need to see why this player had fans believing he was the second coming of Steven Gerrard. From the moment he stepped onto the pitch, Dominik Szoboszlai looked different. In his very first Premier League start, he wasn't just blending in, he was dictating the game. Energy, vision, technical mastery. And then came the moment that made every Liverpool fan believe. A goal straight out of FIFA 11. A long shot so perfect it had commentators losing their minds. That was just the beginning. 91% passing accuracy. 100% success rate on long balls. Multiple duels won in midfield. Szoboszlai wasn't just playing well, he was dominating games from day one. And Liverpool fans were convinced. They had finally found the midfielder they'd been missing since Coutinho left. But here's the twist. For all the hype, one thing was quietly going under the radar. A hidden tactical adjustment that would change everything for Szoboszlai. And almost no one saw it coming. At first glance, Szoboszlai looked like the perfect attacking midfielder. Sharp on the ball. A threat from distance. A creative force. But here's what most people missed. His biggest strength wasn't just his attacking ability, it was his work rate. Unlike previous Liverpool midfielders, Szoboszlai didn't just wait for the ball. He was everywhere, tracking back, pressing high, winning duels. And Liverpool needed that intensity. Think about it. Under Klopp, midfielders like Fabinho, Henderson and Wijnaldum were all workhorses. But none of them had this combination of technical ability and defensive commitment. And that's when Arne Slot made a crucial tactical change. He started using Szoboszlai in a way that completely redefined his role in the team. In this shift, it wasn't just about positioning. It was about unlocking a hidden side of his game, one that made him even more valuable than anyone realized. But before we get into that, there was one major setback that almost derailed everything. Everything was going perfectly, until it wasn't. On New Year's Day, Szoboszlai suffered a hamstring injury. At first it seemed minor. A short recovery. Nothing to worry about. But then, the reality set in. He came back too early. Liverpool were desperate to keep their momentum, and Szoboszlai was eager to return. But that decision? It cost him. His explosiveness was gone. His movement looked stiff. His confidence dropped. For weeks, statistically, he disappeared. No goals. No assists. Just endless running with no end product. And for the first time, fans started to question him. Was his incredible start just a fluke? Did Liverpool spend $60 million on a player who couldn't sustain his form? It looked bad. But then Arne Slot stepped in. He saw something in Szoboszlai that no one else did. And with one tactical tweak, he turned Szoboszlai's form around, fast. This change wasn't just smart, it was the key to unlocking his true potential. Arne Slot knew Szoboszlai wasn't the same player after his injury. His explosiveness? Gone. His attacking impact? Fading. So instead of forcing him back into his old role, Slot adapted. He made one small but brilliant tactical change. Instead of playing Szoboszlai as a traditional box-to-box midfielder, he started shifting his positioning higher up the pitch. The goal? Use his work rate to create space, without forcing him to be the main creator. Here's what changed. Off-the-ball runs. Instead of always demanding the ball, Szoboszlai started making decoy runs to drag defenders out of position. Pressing adjustments? Slot had him press from a more advanced position, cutting passing lanes instead of just chasing the ball. Positional rotations. Depending on the opponent, Szoboszlai switched between playing in the half spaces and supporting the double pivot. And suddenly, his impact skyrocketed again. Liverpool's attack flowed better, Salah got more space and Szoboszlai looked more comfortable than ever. But here's the genius part. This tweak didn't just help Szoboszlai, it completely changed the way Liverpool played. And the numbers prove it. If you only looked at goals and assists, you might think Szoboszlai was struggling. But when you dive deeper into the stats, a completely different story emerges. Liverpool's pressing intensity skyrocketed when he was on the pitch. He covered more ground per 90 minutes than almost any other Liverpool player. And most importantly, he was crucial in high turnovers leading to goals. Look at the numbers from the past few matches. Against Tottenham, Szoboszlai's pressing forced 3 key turnovers that led to goal-scoring chances. Against Manchester United, he made more progressive carries than any other Liverpool midfielder. Against Ipswich, his heat map showed how he drifted into key spaces, opening up attacks. And that's the key. Szoboszlai wasn't just being used differently, he was elevating the entire team. But there was still one big problem. Even though his off-the-ball movement and pressing were elite, he still wasn't delivering enough in the final third. If Szoboszlai really wanted to take his game to the next level, he needed to bring back one thing. The final piece of the puzzle? End product. For all his pressing, movement and tactical intelligence, Szoboszlai needed to start delivering in the final third again. And then, it happened. Against Brentford, he finally found the back of the net, timing his run perfectly and smashing the ball past the keeper. Against Manchester United, he delivered a pinpoint assist, proving that he wasn't just running, he was creating. This was the Szoboszlai Liverpool fans had been waiting for. And it wasn't a coincidence. Slot's system was now fully adapted to his strengths. His confidence was back. And most importantly, he was playing in the exact spaces he thrived in. So what's next for him? If Szoboszlai can continue balancing his work rate with consistent attacking returns, he has everything it takes to become a Liverpool legend. But here's the craziest part. There's one more tactical tweak Slot has been experimenting with that almost no one is talking about. And it could completely redefine Szoboszlai's role in the team. To see how Liverpool might unlock an even deadlier version of him.